can you do to become a millionaire? So that's what I kind of want to get into. And the first thing, it's no mystery. Save, 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 right? You know it. You know you got to save. Start now. And part of the way that you're going to save is you're going to cut your expenses. And I know that's a painful one. But by cutting your expenses now, you've got more money to save. And guess what? If you don't slash your expenses right now, you're going to have to in retirement. So start now and gradually get those down to where your retirement's sustainable.
I mean, here's a drill. Here's something that I want you to do. If you're a late starter and you haven't have a lot of money saved, just look at your Social Security statement and say, okay, this is what I'm going to receive from Social Security. Let's say it's $24,000 and you have no other money saved. That's what you got to live off of. So if you're making $125,000 now and you don't have a lot saved and you want to retire at some point, you can cut your expenses, right, to save those additional dollars. Or like Al just said, you're going to be living off of something significantly less. So this is where you got to start planning and taking a look at things to see, all right, putting things through the asset test. What's really important to you? Is it today or is it your future self? In most cases, your future self gets neglected. That's what we're talking about. Don't let that happen. So it's planning. It's figuring out what you need to do. I know none of this is fun. I don't want to save. I don't want to cut expenses. I don't want to downsize, but we have to make tough choices.
Well, that's right. And working longer, of course, that's yet another thing. By working longer, you have more time to save, let those earnings accumulate, and you'll be taking Social Security later. So I want to give you some real numbers in terms of what this might look like. So let's say you've got 20 years more to work. Let's say you're 50 years old, you really haven't done any savings whatsoever. Can you save enough to get to $1 million? The answer is yes, and this is at a 7% return. 1,920, call it $2,000. You save $2,000 a month for the next 20 years at a 7% rate of return, then you'll get there. It gets harder though. When you're 15 years out, you got to save $3,000. 10 years out, you got to save almost $6,000. And if you're 5 years out, I didn't even put that on this slide. It's about $13,000, $14,000. Joe, part of this is starting as early as you can, but there is hope for those that start late.
Yeah, I think, again, it's just going back down and looking at, all right, well, how much can I save, right? And then double that. Because a lot of us, we have to, especially as we get closer to that retirement date. You know, we don't think about it until usually it's too late, right? And so now is the time to get focused. Now is the time to say, all right, well, what do I need to do? How much can I save? And then see if you can save just a little bit more. Get that discipline, because that's where millionaires come from. They are disciplined savers. They write things down. They make things happen. And I know that you can too. And lastly, Al, let's talk just a smidge, if you will, about taxes. Where should be people saving?
Yeah, because you can't avoid taxes, because that can take a significant part of your future income. So when you think of taxes, we kind of think of three pools: a tax-free pool, a taxable pool, and tax-deferred. Tax-free might be a Roth IRA. Taxable would be non-retirement accounts, and tax-deferred is retirement accounts. All are taxed differently. The tax-free, no taxation whatsoever, that's the best. Taxable can be long-term capital gains, which is a lower tax rate. Deferred is ordinary income. So if you have all of your savings in your 401k or IRA, you might want to look at shifting perhaps some of that to a Roth IRA. You got to pay taxes on a conversion, but you get money into a Roth IRA where it's tax-free. You also want to be sensitive to how you invest your non-retirement assets to take advantage of capital gains. You were all right. You were right in there till the end. You basically tied.